It may seem safe for the moment. It is fleeting.
I never thought you'd be back.
Oh my god, you're back! You got my message and actually came back! Oh, thank you! Everything's gone crazy since you left, and now that you're back, you can help set things straight. I just wish we could have saved more people. Jonas and the Hannons and so many others died that night. It was bad enough they died because my father was trying to keep the door closed. But then, I found out it was all to protect a lie. I found out the vault wasn't always closed. They've lied to us about it for our entire lives. After that night, I heard Wally's father say we should never have taken you or your dad into the vault. I found out the vault used to be open, but for some reason, they closed it off when we were babies and swore to hide that it had ever happened. But keeping that lie meant Jonas's death. And even though we know the truth, the Overseer still won't let us make our own decisions. It's not that simple. Just because Butch wants to leave this place behind doesn't mean the rest of us want to go away forever. It's our home, and we want to stay here. It's just that since you left, we started thinking maybe the outside wasn't something to be afraid of. But we can't even suggest going outside to communicate or trade at all. Not with the Overseer keeping us trapped down here. You need to stop him. I just don't know. Maybe he thinks he's protecting us, but all he's really doing is condemning us. I thought parents were supposed to want a better world for their children. Well, there's a new world waiting right outside that door, and we're not going to give up until we can reach it. The real problems came after you two left. The injured had nobody to turn to since our doctor had run off and his assistant had died. Now, we've got to rely on that old Mr. Handy for most of our medical needs, and he hasn't exactly got the best bedside manner. Ever had an examination from someone with cold, metal pincers? You don't want to! I certainly hope so. We can't keep going on like this. You will? Thank goodness for that. No matter what I say, he just doesn't listen. He just spends all day up in his office. But you've actually been outside, so you can tell him what it's like with first-hand experience. Just, please don't do anything rash or hurt him, all right? I should have remembered. I was just worried. I don't know, maybe your time outside had changed you. Thanks, and good luck talking to him. Let me know when you change his mind.
Hey.
It's good to see you again.
I never thought you'd be back.
It's good to see you again. Morning. It's good to see you again.
It's good to see you again. Hey, good to see you again. I tell you, those guards are getting nastier every day. One of these days is going to turn real ugly. But I'll be ready for it. The Overseer thinks he's in charge of us just because it's his job? Well, nuts to that. We do what we want, and we want to open the vault. Paul got bit real bad by some of those rad roaches, but he thought he could tough it out. If we'd had a doctor to treat him, he might still be here. Bye.
I never thought you'd be back.
How may I serve you? The mistress? Ah, another patient. What's it to be, eh? Appendectomy? Tonsillectomy? Hysterectomy? Ah, yes, a rather unfortunate incident. In all the commotion, Miss Beatrice suffered a rather bad sprain in her left toe. The big one. Obviously, I had no choice but to amputate the leg. Yeah, I'm sorry to say the operation was not a success. Human problems for human hearts. I don't trouble myself with such petty affairs. My work is my life. And, as you can see, I've been quite busy. But of course, with your father's departure from the vault and Jonas's untimely demise, the Overseer had to take swift action. And so he named me the new Vault Medical Practitioner. A marvelous decision, if I do say so myself. I am fully equipped, after all. Of course, don't let me keep you.
I never thought you'd be back.
It's good to see you're back from outside. It can be dangerous out there for someone your age. Oh dear, we aren't asking for anything special. The vault's been open before, but for some reason everyone tries to pretend it wasn't. I guess they try to forget the poor souls who never came back from out there. My poor grandson Jonas died is what happened. They say it was just an accident in all the confusion, but I know it was the Overseer. Oh, please be careful.
You're alive! I hate that this whole thing has turned us against our families, but we just can't keep living down here forever. I mean, look at this place. A lot of security got wounded, and worse. In all the confusion, we still don't know who's responsible for some of them. Yeah, see you.
It's good to see you again. It's good to see you again. You don't... Oh boy, are you in trouble? What do you expect from idiots like them? I'm just glad I was done with Butch's stupid gang before they got involved in all this. You should have seen my pop. He personally saved old Stanley. But guess you wouldn't know what it's like to have a hero for a dad, would you? Yes, you do.
You don't belong here anymore. You're back again? They're a bunch of hellions, that's what they are. I'm at my wit's end about them. I really am. It's all kind of blurry for me. But I hear I owe you for saving me. But don't expect much. The whole thing was your dad's fault in the first place. Yes, you do.
Can't you just leave us alone?
Those kids are risking our entire vault just because they're bored. It's horrible.
The bugs were horrible, but my family was pretty lucky. But then my Freddy went and got caught up with those idiot rebels. Yes, you do.
It's been a while, kid. I guess the goat couldn't have predicted how you'd turn out, could it? Remind me to add a question about rescuing your teacher from the vault jail. If the vault ever goes back to normal, that is. By the way, while I was in there, I heard some worrying things from the guards. I heard one of the guards talking about some sort of plan to raid Amada and the rest of us. I didn't hear anything else, but I think he read it on the security terminal. So maybe you can find more there. I'm sure it's bad news for us all. Most of them are just kids who are caught up in the idea of seeing the world. But I know we've got to actually open the vault if we want to survive. Otherwise, we're just going to dwindle away down here until it's all too late. It was pretty rough, I'll tell you. I know a lot of folks blame your dad. I know he didn't mean to cause all that. Don't blame him or yourself. Watch yourself down here.
Good to see you again.
I never thought you'd be back.
I hope you're making progress with my father. I can't imagine anyone else who would convince him we should venture outside. Be careful.
Wow, you're back. I wouldn't call us rebels. I mean, we don't agree with the Overseer, but we still love the vault. We just want to try going outside, too. Mom and little Monica got caught in the fires. I tried to get them out, I really did. But it was just too hot. I know it wasn't your fault, but my dad doesn't think as highly of you. You wouldn't want to hear what he said he'd do to your dad, either. Whatever.
It's good to see you again. You've got to change the Overseer's mind.
It's good to see you again.
Well, I see you've returned. Done with the dust and ruins of the wasteland, are you? Given up looking for Daddy? Thought you could just slink back in like a teen missing curfew? Well, that's too bad. You have no future in this vault. You're tainted. that would be where you're wrong, young man. By locking down this vault, I'm protecting its future. In fact, I was protecting its future when I had to make those unpleasant choices the night you and your father abandoned us. I only wish I could have stopped your father before he left. If anyone's to blame for the unpleasantness, it's him. Aha, you're paying attention. Good for you. These vaults were designed to be safe havens for humanity, you see. But more than that, they were designed to test and protect us. And none more so than our Vault 101. We are to be a pure and protected breed of humans, never tainted by the ravages of the war above. And what makes you so certain about that? I can't imagine you're still so naive after spending time in that hell outside. None of them know what the outside is like, and most of them would die out there. Then the rest of us inside would eventually die out too. I won't risk all of our lives just for a few people's passing fancy of taking a wasteland vacation. I hope you can understand that. I just don't know. Don't they realize how dangerous it is out there? But instead they would throw away the safety of the vault's isolation just to follow in your footsteps. I can't allow them to do that to themselves or to the rest of us. To fix what you started? Go ahead and humor me. Oh, do you? What makes you think you know how better to protect this vault? I admit, in the 200 years since the war, our numbers have dwindled a little, but we have enough genetic diversity for a few more generations. My God, you're right. We won't last another 100 years, whether or not we get supplies from the outside. We're the last bastion of pure humanity, and we're doomed. I wish I could share your optimism, but I suppose you have a point in your blathering way. My way won't save our vault's mission, but if I let them contact the outside world, I might be able to save its inhabitants. But I'm not the one to lead them in that. I'm stepping down as overseer. I'll tell Amata that I can think of no more appropriate leader than she. my attempt to keep us all safe, I have been, perhaps, overzealous. Lives have been lost, but perhaps worse than that, lives have been stopped. And in my attempts to keep you safe, I have kept you from growing up.
I never thought
I
you'd
know
be
I
back.
have made these mistakes, and I would make them again if I had to do so. That is why I cannot remain your overseer.
Father!
Amata, I appoint you overseer in my place. You've proven you have what it takes to make hard choices for the good of the vaults. I'm just
never thought
sorry
you'd
I
be
didn't
back.
understand that earlier. Consider it one of many mistakes I've made.
Thank you, Father. I'll do my best to keep us all safe, inside the vault and beyond.
You're
Hey.
welcome, my dear. And now, if you'll excuse me, I feel quite worn down.
You
We'll
did
deal
it.
with the details soon, in private. Until then, I'm sure there are people waiting to congratulate you. Why won't you just leave us alone? You've done enough
Good to
damage.
see you.
Good
You
to
see, I just heard. My father says he's stepping down as overseer. He won't tell me why, but I have to assume it's something you said to him. You and him? Civil? I expected you to change out in the wasteland, but not that much. But I guess we'll all be learning a bit about the outside now, won't we? As the new overseer, I'm planning on opening the vault. This time, for good. It's a bright new day for the vault, but I'm afraid there's one thing that has to change. I know you are, and on behalf of the vault, I thank you for all you've done. But there are still many who blame you for everything that happened. So I have to ask you to leave. I'm sorry, but the situation is just too delicate for you to stay. Please, if you really want to help the vault, you have to go. We can never really thank you enough for everything you've done. It's not much, but take this with you to remember us by. It'll be a while before we're actually ready to go outside. But once the vault is stable again, maybe we'll see you out there. So, I guess this is goodbye for now. But with luck, we'll meet again.
Ew.
It's good to see you again.
How may I serve you, mistress?
It's good to see you again.
Be aware of our surroundings.
It's a shame you gotta go, but you'll do okay out there, I'm sure.
Why won't you just leave us alone? You've done enough damage.
ridden. Get out.
Now try and hide from this! I'm here, at your back.
Go on, get out.
Hold it right there. Nobody's allowed into Paradise Falls except on slaver business. And I get to decide what qualifies as slaver business. You? I don't think so. You're not really... Let's just say that you wouldn't fit in up there. So why don't you just turn around and head back the way you came? There's two kinds of people who get into Paradise Falls. Slaves and slavers. So, unless you're looking to become a slave, piss off. We might be able to work something out, but it won't be cheap. If I vouch for you and you go mess up our groove, it's my ass on the line. I think 500 caps should cover it. What do you say? Thank you. Pleasure doing business with you. Enjoy your visit to Paradise Falls. Friendly warning. Don't act like a jackass. You won't get a second chance.
Ain't no reason to stick around here, is there?
God, lady, you gotta help us. You gotta get us out of here.
The fuck you looking at, huh? He did it. Dumb shit should have known the collar would blow. Now somebody's gotta clean up this mess.
One wrong move and you're going in the meat pen.
Watch it.
Crimson, let's stay down to earth, shall we? No more daydreaming.
Why do you have to yell all the time, Eulogy? I'm standing right here.
Are you talking back to me? Because the only thing I hate more than having to repeat myself is being talked back to.
I'm sorry.
What? Sorry? Try that again.
I'm sorry, Mr. Eulogy.
There's a good girl. Anyone seen 40? He wanted to talk to me.
I can't believe that Mr. Eulogy lets those fools out in the yard talk like that. Did you hear what they said?
Were they talking about how bad you look again? I mean, I hate to break it to you. They're right.
Why do you have to be like that? I'm just trying to talk to you, and you have to come at me with that shit?
You're just mad because I'm Daddy's favorite.
Damn it. I should have known better than to try and talk sense to you.
You want something?
Hey there, pretty. Don't mind Eulogy. Daddy don't pay no attention to us.
How's the meat? Hey, you're back. You get anything good? Considering how bad it's been around here, I'm not unhappy.
How's the meat?
Honestly, not too bad. Can't say the same for others. We don't like outsiders here. What? Seriously, it's been dry as hell.
We don't like outsiders here.
Yeah?
Don't mind Eulogy. Daddy don't pay no attention to us.
Mr. Eulogy don't like me talking to the
Keep
Johnnies
staring and
without
I'll
his
start
permission. Mr. Eulogy, she's looking at me again.
Tamper with that, and we're going to have a problem. You're a mess. I hope you brought a lot of money with you. Yeah. Come back when you've got more injuries and some more caps.
You caught anything lately? One wrong move, and you're going in the meat bank.
Hey, lady! Can you get us out of here? I'm Sammy. I'm from Little Lamplight. Me and Squirrel and Penny. We aren't supposed to be here. We gotta get back home. You gotta help us get out of here. Can't you just shoot them all? Well, I mean, Squirrel thinks maybe he could use the computer in here to turn off the collars. Squirrel's good with computers, and they don't know he made this one work again. But it's not connected or something. Hang on. I'll get Squirrel, and he can tell you what to do. Hey, that's the Mungo. Go talk to him. You're the Mungo that's helping us, huh? Sammy says you want to know the plan. Well, listen up, Mungo, because it's a good one. I'm super smart. Okay, cool. You'll like it, really. It's going to work, I know it. We're stuck behind the fence here. But even if we get past the fence, and the Mungos with guns, we still can't leave. They got these collars on us, right? Make us blow up if we try and get out. No way to get the collars off, so we gotta stop them from blowing up. So I found this old terminal in the building here. Dusty, but it turns on with a little fixing. Like I said, I'm super smart. I know they use a terminal to turn the collars on and off. So if you can link the terminals, I can turn the collars off and they won't even know. Then we just gotta open the fence, sneak past the Mungos with guns, and get the hell out of here. Sounds good, right? You in? I told you, it's in the boss guy's room. You gotta sneak in there or something. That's up to you to figure out, Mungo. Oh, come on. Aren't you Mungos good for anything? I'm a kid. I can do it. Why can't you? Listen, if you can't make that work, there might be one other way to do it. Even for a stupid Mungo like you. There's a junction box along the wall in the eating area. Switch a few cables there and we're good. So there you go. Either you better be pretty good at fixing stuff, or you better learn how to use a terminal real fast. Gee, thanks. Don't work too hard, okay?